Alright, what is up everybody? Oops. The replay is already over, but I forgot I had it going. But this is gonna be a short video. Not short actually, it's gonna be 30 minutes, shorter than my freaking usual stream videos. It's like a couple hours long, but I don't want to miss the next summit match, eHome versus NP. But it's pretty much gonna be a video on what is up with Virtus Pro, how did they beat the Chinese teams, and a little bit of my analysis on how well they're going to do actually at the Boston Major, because we see Virtus Pro play in the Summit and they did do pretty well beating both eHome as well as Wings, two of like the top Chinese teams, maybe Newbie being a little bit above eHome, but both eHome as well as Wings played in the Northern Arena LAN and they did pretty well there. eHome getting third place, I believe, and Wings getting first there. But Virtus Pro were able to take down both teams in quick succession. Just gonna get back into this replay. I know, spoilers, Virtus Pro won, but this replay itself kind of shows a lot of Virtus Pro's playstyle, and they just kind of run at heroes. We're gonna go a bit over the draft, skipping through it. I think a lot of this game was on Wings draft. They didn't really know what Virtus Pro played. They might have not done all their homework. If you look at their bans, this was based off of the eHome series. They realized that Shadow Demon is pretty good in Virtus Pro's hands, so they do get rid of it. But the rest of these bans, it makes sense. Like Ursa as well as Juggernaut being heroes that Ramsey plays really well, so they're just banning against Ramses. 3 heroes already, but they forgot one hero. And this one pick right here really killed their draft, because if you look at what they picked up, they saw the IO as well as Batrider lead in the first 2, and they picked heroes that go good against them. There's 4 heroes right now that do pretty good against IO Batrider. For different reasons, like Timbersaw is able to just burst the Wisp pretty fast once he gets in, as well as the Venomancer poison being quite annoying because IO does want to be able to bottle up, earn up, and heal up, and if he's gonna have poison on him, it's really hard for him to do that. Get to the end of the draft. I'm gonna slow it down a bit. Next Assassin, good against the Firefly. Tusk can snowball someone once they get in trouble, maybe with like a relocate or lasso.
Reserve time.
You definitely see a lot of lassos dedicated onto the Tusk this game, but we get the pretty standard draft from Virtus Pro. This is just
10 seconds to
for
go.
like a Wisp pick or Wisp lineup. These heroes are
5 seconds.
pretty standard to go with it. Sunstrike allowing you to, it's like a lot of global presence, a lot of fighting, and once they get a lead, very hard heroes to fight into, Batrider being extremely hard to fight into, as well as an Invoker. And just a short notice on what this whole video is going to be about. I'm just going to skip through this replay and just capture the overall play style of Virtus Pro and how they're able to take out these Chinese teams so well. It's a bit different from my usual video, but I'm just gonna give this a try. It's my first time doing this, so it's probably not gonna be the best, but it's also gonna be live. It's one thing. I'm not recording a video and editing it, so I'm just going through everything and commenting on it as I see it. But the game really starts in this top run right here. The one thing is, Wings does make a bit of a mistake. To say that he misses Gale, I didn't even notice that. But they feed First Blood away to Virtus Pro, kind of unnecessarily. They thought that Gale was going to be enough for them to get away from the Wisp Batrider, but I guess unfamiliarity with playing against a Wisp, so the tether move speed is pretty significant, and as well as Batrider leading with the boots level 1, they kind of underestimated how fast the Batrider and the Wisp were going to be, and Venom thought he'd get away with the Windlace as well as Venomous Gale, and he was wrong, so they tried to contest the rune against Bat Wisp, and that's just one thing you never really want to do. You don't want to contest the rune against a Batrider unless you you outnumber them overwhelmingly.
And here we
Because
go.
this is exactly what's gonna happen. So they try to get the stun, but they still get the rune anyway. The Batrider gets it. You see Wisp back away a bit because he's a bit scared, thinking that there's more heroes. But once they realize, oh, the Venom is running, he doesn't have any help. Wisp tethers back in, and it doesn't matter if they have Venom as a Gale on them. They're gonna completely outspeed him. And he's gonna end up falling to the Sunstrike. And Invoker gets that first blood gold. It's not too bad. If they got it on the Wisp or the Batrider, it could mean they could have a pretty better, could have a better lead in this lane. But the Invoker getting it is not bad either. So he calls his salve as well. As, I was looking for the bottle for the courier for the bottle because Wisp didn't start with any items. I think he didn't buy any items at level 1. He's gonna make this pull happen right now. But he didn't start the game with any items. He's gonna call the bottle to himself, and with the early bottle on a Wisp like this, it's really hard to fight into this lane. If you go aggressive at all, they can easily turn it around, and once they hit level 2 on both Bat and Wisp, it's gonna be a super hard lane to fight into. But we're gonna speed through the rest of this. We're not gonna go over everything in detail. So this overall point of this video is just try to get a gist on what Virtus Pro does and how they beat Wings and Ehome. Just by going over this specific replay and another one as well. I'm not sure how many I'm gonna go over, but I'm gonna speed through. The thing is, Virtus Pro, they do this. Oh, get back. They rely on just playing really aggressive during the laning stage the first 10 minutes, and it's kind of different type of aggression than the Chinese teams. Like, while the Chinese teams are a bit more calculated, like they make a lot of things happen in the first 10 minutes. Like, compare them to, like, for example, like LGDFY or a team like that that make early rotations and pretty aggressive ganks happen, but they do it a lot safer. Like, they're more predictable. But as you see here, like, they saw that Nyx had a magic stick, I'm assuming, but they just YOLO'd on him on the tower. And they end up feeding 2 kills away, actually. As the batter tries to deny himself, FaithBN actually gets the Venomous Gale onto him. If you look at, like, the last hits and denies, you don't notice it as of yet, but the reason I'm mixing up my words right now. So the way that Virtus Pro plays puts so much pressure on your lanes that you kind of suffer and farm. Because at the end of the day, it's pretty hard to farm if you're just getting heroes constantly run at you. And because of their draft, it's more suited for just being able to run at you better. Like Batrider, Wisp, even Disruptor in a CIS team, like, they run at you, he gets like really good kinetic fields off, Solo is really good on Disruptor, and then Glimpses as well. You kind of take these small skirmishes and then you end up feeding more heroes away than you realize, and suddenly you're super far behind. And we see the Venomancer get run at again, and he died there because Flamebreak does insane damage. You try to TP out, there's no TP cancel on Wisp or Batrider. It's funny because they both used to have a TP cancel. Tether and Flamebreak both stunned, but no longer. The nerf train hit them hard.
Dire's top tower. You know the drill.
But FaithBN, I don't know what Wings are kind of thinking with laning these 2 heroes against Batrider or Wisp. They definitely do not match against them at all. If anything, Venomancer should have just jungled. He would have gotten way much more out of the lane right now. I mean, sure, he got a kill on the Batrider and the Wisp once, but they're still winning the lane. That was because they like dove the tier 1 at like 2 minutes or something. And like with these dual lanes where Batrider or Wisp clearly have an advantage, and Disruptor as well as Lifestealer do pretty well in this lane. Lifestealer getting almost free farm in this bot lane, but Timber getting a bit of farm as well. So bot lane, let's we can mark this as even, right? Mid is a bit Invoker favored just because he's ranged, he can do a fair bit of damage. mean, if Naga plays this well, she should be able to get a fair amount of farm, but we see no one get a lot of denies. So this bot lane is really lost. Mid lane, let's say, kind of in Invoker's favor. Bot lane is slightly in the Lifestealer's favor as well. So they have one lane really lost, and then two lanes kind of losing, but kind of going even. And the one thing is, this is what Virtus Pro does. They transition like one lane until the rest of their lanes winning with rotations. And we're going to see that soon. But for now, they're just going to continue to farm up. It's around the 5-minute mark, and this Nyx has found a fair amount of levels. Not much farm as he's a support, but he's decently leveled because of the kills he got on the Wisp. And just soaking the lane experience while the Veno died, so that really helped him out as well. So we look at the Wisp, he's kind of under leveled right now. The Batrider is okay, he's level 6 at 6 minutes. And look at the rest of their team. Alright, so Naga's doing fine, he's just mid, but notice for this, they're gonna make a play into no one in the mid lane, but I think rotation from Wisp saves him. Yeah, also notice the way that VP lane with a Wisp can't attack the Invoker. Especially with the heroes that Wings has. Wisp bought like a TP really early. I think that was like the second item he bought, and he was always prepared to TP mid if the Invoker got into trouble, and the Tusk TP'd in. Like, he's prepared. If you look at how Lil plays as well, he constantly checks other lanes unless there's something going on. He's just checking mid, checking bot, and seeing that if they're in trouble, he can save them. If Blink gets a nice escape here, so he's too tanky for Disruptor to right-click down. So the game has slowed down quite a bit. There's no more running at people, but that's because VP's heroes haven't hit their timings yet with their items and farm. They're gonna wait for the... Ooh. And Venomancer tries to make a play into Pasha, and he'll get punished for it. Ice will finish off the kill, or actually Venom will get the kill, but he's gonna get the experience from that. So I see we're just 1-for-1 trade. Nothing too big going on yet. Every hero still in their laning stage. The pressure or rotations haven't started happening yet. Wisp, of course, will go back bot after top after saving mid. He's gonna get some levels because his Batrider died. The biggest thing about we're gonna actually speed through this. There's nothing interesting that happens. They're waiting for the drums on the Batrider. That's what's happening. Once they get that, he's pretty strong. Invoker will get a Midas now at 8 minutes. It's really fast.
Mid tower could use a
Holy
hand.
crap. Oh, no one's got a lot of last hits. Holy shit. Alright, this guy's good. It's just simply good right here. This is just called being good at mid. Holy shit. Same thing for Ramses. Like, look at their last hit numbers. And Shadow is not like the best mid laner. He usually plays safe lane carry, but he's put in the mid lane right now because he's playing Naga. But look how much space the Wisp as well as Bat are creating in this top lane. I think Wisp does die here. So we look at the game right now. They're trading kills back and forth, right? But this Invoker is really farmed, and that's one of the strengths of VP is Ramses. I don't know, just call him Ramses. Ramses 666 is a freaking god. As well as no one being really individually skilled players.
Dire's mid towers haven't.
They do really well in their laning stage. They make a lot of individual plays. Ramses gets a lot of solo kills in the safe lane as carries. I mean, you see a kill onto Timber here. So really nice kinetic field. We go back a bit and see how the setup happened. They realized that the Timber was out of mana. He did have a enchanted mango, but at this point it was too late as he got caught with the kinetic field and he tried to just run out. And I think he could have tried to mango and like... Oh, he actually doesn't have Timber Chain, right? Oh, what is Wings doing? This was the problem of this game, because it didn't look like Of course, Virtus Pro played pretty well. It also looked like Wings was a bit off, saving strats or
No
something.
breaking through the
Who
dire
actually knows?
structures for now.
But
Dire's
yeah,
mid
this
tower could use a
more
little help.
because Blink is more used to playing this in the mid lane. But as an off laner, I don't even think Timbersaw does that well in the off lane. Unless he gets like a big lead off, it's kind of useless, and as we see that right now, he's just got in a fair amount of farm, and still, he's gonna die there to the life stealer. Alright, should go back to that bot. He's busy talking. But just watch how VP plays. They're just going for like these YOLO. Like Ramsey just dies to the tower, Wisp dies. So right now, like the game still looks like
Dire's
in a
bottom
position
tower's
where
doing
it's
the
relatively
business.
even. Shadow's still farming up. He hasn't found the best farm, as no one has a fair amount of denies in the mid lane, but he's catching up in the jungle while Blink is taking over the mid lane. But see these dives right here? This is something no Chinese team would do. Like Wings is not used to playing against something like that. They also find a kill onto Invoker, so right now it's looking like pretty good for Wings. But the thing is, there's a Bat Rider. The Bat Rider does this. He's gonna finish his drums now at the 11-minute mark, and you see the smoke picked up from Disruptor and Static Storm as well. And this is where the game opens up for VP at this timing. So before like 10 minutes, they're just playing super aggressively. There's a lot of kills in this game where they just dove towers and went really deep, like right here, over here, and right now they have their core levels, core items up, and watch how they play right now. They're gonna make a smoke rotation, relocate actually, into the bot lane, and this is where the game super opens up. Ramsey gets an ultra kill. So FaithBN gets caught out in the bot lane alone. He gets relocated on it to run this way because he ran up. He could have just got glimpsed back, so he tried to run in a weird direction. The Wisp does get taken out, and the Disruptor does as well. But look at this, Ramses and Pasha. They clean up. Like, if you look at what actually happened right here, so just give it a pause, right? And actually, we don't need to pause. Look what actually happened right here. They just used the relocate super aggressively. They relocated a freaking Disruptor to start a fight onto this Venom. The rest of the Wings came, and they got the kill on the Wisp, and they rolled onto the Disruptor as well. Disruptor used Static Storm somewhere down here to do a bit of damage to them, but the Bat Rider came in from the side with the drums. He didn't even pop a drum charge. They're just super fast, but he got napalm charges on them, and they use all their spells. So Lifestealer and Bat weren't afraid. They dove on her tower and they got the 4 kills for themselves. Well, 3 I guess. The Veno died down here. But look what happens. They continue it. Bat Rider comes in through here, finds a lasso onto the Veno, and they're just continuously diving down towers. Solo gets in trouble here, but Relocate coming in from the Wisp I think saves him. Yeah, we see a nice Static Storm come out from Disruptor. And with the open wounds onto Timber, he can't get away. And then really good kinetic field, catching Innocence as well. And you see Ramsey, he just got 2 kills in the bot lane. He got an ultra kill, followed by 2 kills in the bot lane. And now another kill here, followed by another kill deep into the enemy jungle, just chasing him all the way this way. So like in a period of, when did I say? Alright, it was like 11 minutes, right? In a period of 3 minutes, he got an ultra kill. Well, he got the ultra kill, contributed to 2 more kills, and then another kill on the Timbersaw, and another kill here. So he was in 8 kills in 2 minutes, or like around 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 2 minutes 30 seconds, pretty much. And that's where the game opens up for Wings, or VP against Wings. This Venomancer does nothing against Lifestealer. Nyx does nothing against Lifestealer. Timbersaw does nothing against Lifestealer when he's raged. Tusk does have Frozen Sigil as well as Walrus Punch. So they have one thing to go against him. Naga Siren, of course, has a net as well, but she's just not going to be contributing to team fights right now. She's still trying to farm up. And this is one of the last things you want to do against VP, in my opinion, is pick a hero that's not going to contribute to fights against a team that is going to dive towers as far as they can find. So if there's kills that look
you know the drill.
possible for them, they're gonna go as deep as they can to secure those kills. And you see, like, they're not going for like objectives or anything like that. They're literally just hunting for kills for the past 2 minutes, and they found 8 of them. The game's gonna slow down a bit now as Wings is playing really safe, but that's gonna slow them down as well. They're afraid to show in like any other lane. They're just all sitting together as 4, while the Timber is just bot alone. They tried to make a play on the Batrider, so this is gonna slow down VP a bit as Wings are just kind of hiding, but they're not getting farm. This Invoker has found really good farm. He has his full drums as well as boots travel now in 15 minutes. If we look at the net worth, he is the same as Naga, so Shadow has found his farm as well. He hasn't been touched, right? His team has been dying a lot, but Naga himself has not been touched yet. And I'm not sure when the next play comes out from VP. Alright, the next play happens here, and there's one big one that happens after this. But they just go for a super aggressive relocate onto Naga. And we go back a bit and see how this is actually set up. They spot him with a scan right here. Batrider scouts out his illusions, and he knows that they're probably just spawned. They catch a glimpse of him, and here, the 4 heroes, they just rotate onto him top. The Lifestealer rages through and runs into his song, while the Naga gets glimpsed back a bit further to his position. The glimpse wasn't really necessary, but it helped put him into a spot where he could get just taken down by Lifestealer, and the relocates, or the Wisp goes back a bot, while the rest of Wings rotate onto the top lane right here. And the next big play happens right now, where I think right now, I'm not sure, Wisp is just gonna take out the bot tower alone with the overcharge. It's fine. Yeah, not right now actually, but very soon. We see VP kind of baiting this top lane. So now, as I said, the Naga was untouched. They touched him now. He got spotted out, and they hunted for him. Just notice everything leading up to that. They had a clear idea in their head from VP. We're gonna kill Naga. They used the scan for him, and Batrider popped the drum charge and ran straight towards him, found the vision, and they killed the Naga. They're gonna finally get their towers. So while their team was rotating to try to help their Naga, Invoker was able to get mid, and funny enough, the Wisp was pushing bot, and he got that tower as well. So the tower pushes don't come too early from VP. They kind of just look for heroes, secure a huge lead from just getting kills, and then now go back. They know what's up with Wings. They're just showing the Lifestealer, they're not showing the bat. Lifestealer's gonna just look alone top right now. If they look at Wings' vision, we're not gonna actually do that. But trust me that they only see. Actually, no, that's VP ward. But the rest of VP were here and ready. And, with Wings trying to make a 4-hero play onto 5 heroes, they're gonna feed 3 more kills away. So just baiting Ramsey right here, and this is another big play from them. Seeing the Naga with his ward in his bot lane, the relocate just came in, and at this point the game's pretty much over. There's not much you can do against the Wisp lineup that is this far ahead. And if you notice what everything VP did just worked really well for them. Because the kills that they looked for weren't like... It wasn't like they were trying to, alright, we're gonna go for this kill, then take a tower and go for objectives or anything like that. They put a mark on a hero and they set out to kill them. Like this bot lane was just a 1 Venomancer, and they just bring as many heroes they can. They realize when they're strong, and with Ramsey just getting a lot of farm in the lane, he hits that spike pretty early. and they realize when they're strong and they just open up and just start running at you. And the kills that they get start adding up, and against a lineup like this that shuts you out of your map if you start falling behind, it's really hard to come back. They're going to keep doing things like this and just kill you under your tower, and they're going to continue chasing for kills. And you're just on the retreat as there's nothing you can do to stop them from just coming at you. And you see the glimpse as well into Naga. And even though she does get Radiant, she's going to fall 3 times now. Once in this top lane. Good relocate bot. Glimpse is going to kill her here, and they're just too far behind now on Wings to make anything happen. And VP is just free to end the game. Because if you're this far behind to a lineup like this at 19 minutes, the enemy team has to do some insane throwy stuff for you to come back, and that's just the truth. So nothing you can really do. You just sit back and hope for them to throw. It's how Wisp lineups usually go. If they start just getting kills, we saw this a lot when teams were kind of unfamiliar with playing against the hero. And I think because Wings usually they ban it out against heroes that play Wisp. I guess they didn't really scout VP, and they're kind of more focused on that Shadow Demon. But because of that, they let the Wisp through, and they get punished for it pretty hard. Just Batrider being able to dominate this top lane, just relocates. Every relocate this game has really paid off. They were able to start this insane fight in this bot lane that led to that ultra kill. And the amount of chaos that the hero creates, as well as pressure all around the map, because it can show up anywhere with the relocate. It just closes off your map. And he went for Midas, but instead he's gonna go back for the Force Staff just to survive.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
It's overall, like, VP played well this game, but it's also partially on Wings' draft, in my opinion. They kind of went overboard with trying to shut down the Bat as well as Io, and they just let the Lifestealer through, and he's owning. He is 9-1 and 8, and they have absolutely no answer to him until Naga gets really farmed. But VP is not going to let that happen. I think they go straight for Rax here. So I don't care about Roshan or anything. They're like, you know, we're pretty strong. Where Wisp has a mech, and I believe they go straight high ground. Yeah, they do. A Mjolnir on the Lifestealer. Look at the GPM. It's actually not that high because it's pretty early in the game, but that is pretty high for 20 minutes on a hero like Lifestealer.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
You see a lasso coming in. Super hard to defend your high ground against this. Like, you can't commit, because if you commit, you're gonna eat a static storm. So they tried to, Venom just tried to slow down their heroes a bit, but he got Glimpse back. And Lasso, of course, came onto the Nyx. They're not afraid right now. They see a hero, they jump, because they're super strong. They have a mech, Wisp to heal them up, get them out of trouble as well. And Naga, of course, is still not going to contribute. And I think this is enough for this game. I think they end up taking the Rax to end the game pretty quickly. But we also hit getting near to the 30-minute mark. Short videos is not my thing, I guess. But going back to the beginning of the game, just watch the end of the game, I guess. But going back to the beginning of the game, I'm gonna put it on a player perspective or something. For the camera. Going back to the beginning of the game, the Batrider as well as the Wisp were really able to just dominate the top lane. They ended up dying. Like, the game was relatively even. We look at the 10-minute mark. It was even. Like, no one had a goal advantage. Sure, Invoker was pretty farmed, but Naga was pretty farmed as well. And then everything started falling apart for Wings as that bot lane fight happened. And it's just because the way that VP went at it. They just committed all their heroes, and they realized that Wings was going to defend their Venomancer, right? Like, it was a pretty obvious play at the points. But even if they did, that was a free kill. That was a free kill for them. But at the end of the day, that was probably the right decision for Wings, just to let their Venomancer die, because they did feed an ultra kill there, and that's when their game started crumbling, pretty much. But VP's plan there wasn't to like, alright, I'm gonna get a gank and we're gonna get a tower or something after that. They're like, we're gonna start a fight. So they relocate the freaking disruptor in, and they start a fight. They feed the disruptor and the wisp, but Batrider and Lifestealer just wiped their team, except for Naga. Naga was just farming the entire time. And then I think Wings and ganks Invoker mid, and they kill him. Is that what happened? Look at the graph, we'll find out. No. Something happens in the mid lane. Something happens in the mid lane right here. Let me actually go back and see. This is the ultra kill. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits. Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
There's a broken snowball sound. It's kind of annoying. But, alright, so they get these 2 kills here. A little player perspective right now. Pasha, Lifestealer, Wisp gets 2 kills there. Then relocate happens. Oh, they made a plan to solo. That's who it was. So solo gets attacked, but when you're playing against a relocate, when you attack someone, you better be sure you get the kill. But unfortunately, they were not able to, and he's going to get the Static Storm down in the Timber, followed by an Open Wounds, and he's going to fall there, and Nyx dies as well. And yeah, so that fight in the bot lane right here, where they fed the Ultra Kill, fed a lot of levels farm into the Wisp, or the Lifestealer, and the Batrider. But the thing is, yeah, Wisp was already level 6 before that, so that didn't matter that he got the levels from the Venomancer, but just getting a bit sidetracked. So with that fight in the bot lane that they lost, if you look at the gold graph, just the spike of gold, and this is something that you don't want to happen against a team that will just run at you, because if you're gonna feed them these kills, it allows them to run at you a lot better. And right after that, they just scout and find the Naga. If you look how they go right now. Batrider is just pushing out the top lane, but for sure VP's next plan is, alright, we've killed all their heroes a lot of times. Our next target is to find the Naga. I'm gonna speed through it.
The Dire might want to mine
Look at the wards that they have, covering the jungle, where Naga has been hanging out recently, and she's gonna be safe now. She's picking up her relic,
you know the drill.
but I think I mean, the next kill is for sure on her. Right, so they scouted her out here. Right? They see her now, but it's kind of risky to go for a play into her right now. They go in the bat. Nothing happens here. Alright, notice this. So they saw her walking to the left on these wards, and they have a bounty marked on her head as they use the scan as well to scout her out. Batrider as well as Disruptor is going to set up the gank. Relocate's going to come in, and it's hard for Wings to reinforce. They actually didn't have TPs on a couple of their heroes. And with the Lifestealer, this farm, Echo Saber, as well as Armlet, they're going to find the kill on her. And this is the beginning of the end for Wings, pretty much. The game's actually not exactly over at this point, but it's super hard for them as they can't fight. A lot of their map is closed off because any time their heroes have to be afraid of something like this. If the Batrider is missing off the map, even Disruptor, they know that Glimpse Static Storm can come in, followed by a Relocate if needed, and they're gonna start feeding kills away all across the map. And when you play against a global lineup like this, and they have deep wards in your jungle, it closes off your map, you can't farm, and the game's over. Uh, I know it's 30 minutes already, but we're gonna go into the next VP game. So I think that's enough for this one. Alright, there's a game going on right now, guys. Should I cast that? Think I should cast it? I want to cast it. Is it live? If it's in the drafting stage, I'll cast it. That's enough for VP shit. Alright. We'll get back to that later. If it's in the drafting stage, I will cast it. It's in the drafting stage. I guess I'm casting this. I want to talk about VP's next game. I'll show you it. Where is it? So we just look at the draft for this game. They get the Lifestealer ones again,
pick.
and the Disruptor and the Batrider. I don't know what Wings are actually thinking, but they show they're pretty strong with these heroes, and Wings go for a Slark as well. So,
10 seconds to go.
Innocence, it's pretty standard Wings draft actually.
5 seconds.
So I don't think Slark is that good. It's not very good, especially against a Disruptor.
Reserve time.
But enough of this. I'll get back to the Verse Pro stuff later. We're gonna see how well they actually do in the tournament at the end. They did take out the two Chinese powerhouses. They're gonna go up against OG today. Probably gonna do a video on OG as well, going over how they play. Over all the Boston Major teams. I was just waiting until they get a couple of games played. But of course, this tournament itself is not going to reflect how they're going to play at that major, because usually when teams get to the major, they start boot camping and training a lot, playing a lot of scrims, and usually the results vary depending on. Some teams play a lot better before the major, and then they get to the major and they choke out for whatever reason. But maybe because other teams are playing better as well. It's a lot of different things that go into it. You can't really tell, but just looking at overall the play style of each team, it's not going to change. Like the drafts may change,
10 seconds.
what they're going to pick up are going to change, but Virtus Pro is going to be the CIS
5 seconds.
powerhouse right now. Going to be representing EU, as they're going to run at you, look for your heroes, put a death timer on them, and they're gonna run at them. No matter how deep they are in a tower, they're gonna get them. Sometimes they're gonna feed kills away for it, but if they're lucky, or if you're unlucky, you're gonna get your heroes killed and they're gonna kill your tower. It's classic Russian playstyle. It's patented by Navi. It seems to be working out, but a lot of it is based on No One and Ramsey. He's getting a lot in the laning stage. You saw how much farm they had at like 8 minutes. You know, both had like 60 CS or something. Let's get into the NP game now. It's interesting to watch that VP game.
Pick.
But we're going to see NP pull out the Centaur Warrunner for Aoi. We're going to see the Aoi Centaur. It's one of NP's patented strats right now. Carry Centaur. It's a bit on and off for that strat. They've won a couple games with it, but they've lost a few as well. And in all those games where they lost, it's usually just Aoi has a really bad laning stage for whatever reason. They put him in like an aggro lane or something like that, and he gets kind of underfarmed. And then the thing about this strat is, if Centaur gets a lot of levels, a lot of farm, it's a pretty good strat. But if he starts falling behind, he's really useless. Doesn't do anything. He just runs in, tries to stun. Maybe gets a stun off on a couple heroes. Double edges, hurts himself a lot, and then dies. And he has like an ult too. I mean, his ult's pretty good, but Yeah, this is quite underwhelming. This doesn't do that much right-click damage. Tries to run in the stun, but the way you build is you don't really go blink with the carry centaur build early, so it's not like he's like initiating or
Dyer's
anything. He's
pick.
kind of like ults, tries to run in, stuns, doesn't do that much damage. But if he gets over level, then you can just stand in front of the tower. You can't kill him. You go on him, like I'll pop his ult. Everyone like runs in, and they kill you all. So if he's behind,
10
not too
seconds
good.
to go.
We also get the warlock. Surprised this hero is actually so
5
popular right
seconds.
now. I, I called it when I saw Stand King spam this hero in pubs. I'm like,
Reserve
alright,
time.
Warlock is next up. And now he's first pick in every single game. What the heck is going on? So I think that one of the reasons why he's so good right
Radiant's
now is
ban.
he's a pretty good laner. Or so popular. He's good as well. But I don't think he's like the best hero or anything. I still think Wisp is still pretty strong. But Warlock, he's a pretty good laner. Not in
10
terms of
seconds to
like
go.
completely shutting heroes out of lane or anything like
5
like the
seconds.
best like zoning lane support or anything like that. But he provides a decent amount of
Dyer's
harass,
ban.
and against like dual versus dual lanes, he provides a lot of utility with his heal. Kind of allows you to like out harass, sustain in the lane as well. But his biggest thing is like the fatal bonds early. He just provides a lot of fight or team
10
fight.
seconds to go.
If he gets it on a couple heroes, it does a lot of damage over
5
time, and you
seconds.
lose a lot of early fights like that. And then, of course, Golem is turning around engagements, pretty
Reserve
much
time.
guaranteeing that you win a fight every 165 seconds. And it's pretty hard to pass it up right now, as winning team fights is pretty important. As
Dyer's
you
pick.
saw in that VP game I went over, where they fed the Ultra Kill away, and that's all on the Batrider. We don't actually see Batrider touched at all this game. It's kind of weird. eHome is going for their Spirit Breaker shit. Yeah, Wings does not enjoy this, as when they play
10
against
seconds to
eHome, they
go.
always ban Spirit Breaker. At least in the recent
5
games they
seconds.
played. And if you just look at eHome's draft, there is this Chen picked up from NP.
Reserve time.
They get rid of the Aoi Naga, get rid of the Jaw Ranger, get rid of the Medusa, get rid of the Terra. This is all carry bans. What's going on here, guys? And they know they're gonna pick Warlock. They're like, let them have it. We're not gonna ban it. And then they're like,
Radiant's
get rid
pick.
of all of Aoi's heroes, get rid of Envy's heroes. This, this is how eHome's gonna play right now. But they get the Juggernaut Undying. Undying gaining popularity as well.
10
But
seconds
he's
to go.
not too good. He's a good hero when you're just like
5 seconds.
you're the aggressors, right? And you're just constantly taking team fights in the early game.
10
He
seconds
provides
to
a
go.
lot in terms of that. But if you ever start falling behind him, he's starts falling like out of like existence in the game almost. As when he drops his tombstone, it can like instantly get taken out. As these heroes gonna have like the Beastmaster aura. But
What's with all the scribbling?
interesting. I get the Necrophos last pick from Sylar. This is one way to deal with like these tanky heroes, as the ult does, of course, just immediately kill you once you fall behind an HP percentage. Get the axe, so it's pretty like melee heavy draft against Centaur Beast, which might be a bit hard for them. They're gonna have a Chen as well. Mirana is going to be picked up
10
for Envy in the
seconds to
last pick.
go.
We usually see that in the first phase, but they banned the rest of Envy's heroes,
5
and I guess
seconds.
one of them that wasn't touched by the ban is Mirana. So they're going to get the Mirana. I didn't actually get to see what NP banned, but this will be eHome's
Everybody gets set.
draft.
Someone's dropped out like a kid in school. Someone's having technical difficulties.
Alright, I see Rose TP to his top lane. 1437. He's gonna get this ward down. It's pretty standard ward right now for most teams on the dire side. It's kind of like in a weird spot, so sometimes it doesn't get de-warded, as a ward spot's usually or ward is usually placed here or like up here, and this will be like out of range. The vision it provides is not too great. If you cut down this tree, it's a lot better. But right now, you see, it's like it's gonna get cut off by this tree a lot, as well as these trees. But we can take out the trees. It provides a lot better vision. So it looks like Aui's gonna be sent to
30
the safe
seconds to
lane, so
go.
no weird aggro lane situation for them this time. There's gonna be no early aggression right now, as both teams are just kind of staying together, standing on this high ground. But we might see it here, as it looks like Yehome wants to contest the red. We're gonna go for top red. And you know that Undying level 1 is pretty strong,
And
and
they're off.
have fun, Sylar, says 1437, while Juggernaut will pick up the rune. And it looks like Beastmaster got the bot rune with the funny noise that he makes every time he picks up the rune. I don't know what the deal with that is. And we're gonna see an aggro tri-lane from Eon. 1437 blocks his camp, immediately realizing this. It's a nice play from him, but it's gonna get dewarded almost immediately. And this camp is also going to be blocked, so it gets simultaneously dewarded as well as a block on their small camp. And that's really well played by Undying. You really want to block this camp if you're going to go for an aggro lane situation, because that allows the Warlock to just make a pull happen and get a bit of early levels up and maybe out-level the 3 heroes. Chen's going to make a smoke play almost immediately. After finishing off his first creep camp, he's gonna walk right through his ward here, and he's gonna be smoked, so it's not gonna be spotted. But his axe is pretty hard to kill. He's gonna get a call onto MSS, but SVG is gonna be here with his Seder Tormentor, one Hadouken. It's only level 1, so he doesn't have a nuke or a slow. Oh, he's gonna hit level 2 with that creep dying. Find a kill on Axe. Really nice play from SVG. Don't really expect a rotation that early from the Chen. And against an Axe, only level 2, it's gonna be when he could actually make a play on him. Once it gets higher level, Chen's creeps are just gonna get taken out by the spin. But at level 2, it's not too scary. So that's going to be first blood for the side of NP. So we see Old Lanham chases down SVG, no taunting from him. They ban taunts. Is it illegal? So it's going to cause the Undying to rotate out of the top lane, which opens up this lane for 1437 as Aoi. And Aoi, I mean. And Aoi is really good at playing this type of lane. It's like a potentially aggressive lane like the Spirit Breaker, Undying, and Necrolite. And they just play it really safe, they don't feed kills away. I mean, we see NP play a lane like this, but just as I say that, 1437 is going to get charged. There's 2 creeps following him as well, and he's going to get bashed, but he should just be fine. Let's see Old Lana make a play into Envy in the mid lane with Old Chicken, but he still has leap, so should be just fine here. He's gonna bring a salve to himself and use it. Now we see the axe get attacked by Chen creeps in his bot lane. This must be annoying for him. He's getting attacked by animals. This freaking boar and bird attacking is gonna cause him to go berserk and get 40 armor. Chen will not be level 2 yet. He needs to kill this creep. Kill it. Kill the creep. Get level 3, I mean. He won't have level 2 Holy Persuasion to get 2 creeps. So he's gonna trade out his bird for a troll, and now I'll have level 2. See what he's gonna be able to get 2 trolls. Spirit Breaker will have boots now. But Dying is still level 1. Right now, their lanes are just really hard to gank. Like with Undying Spirit Breaker, you want to try to get a kill somewhere on the map. But against a Mirana, Beastmaster, and Centaur, you're trying to kill cores, it's pretty hard. And if Rose has good positioning, should be hard to take out as well. He can just Shadow Word himself and heal up quite a lot. And Chen, of course, is going to have creeps surrounding him. So he's not the easiest kill either. Undying not having too much impact on the game right now. He's just been walking around. If anything, he should start taunting. Please taunt. Maybe it'll tilt NP a bit. Or MSS, getting pretty decent levels in this lane. If you compare that to Axe, I don't have last season nice. Compare that to Axe, they're about the same. Axe actually is one level ahead. Oh, right, bad kill to miss right there, but two trolls paying off as he did use both nets there, and they find a kill into the Necrolite. And we might see this transition into a push, as they do have their catapult with them. Skeletons will be spawned. See some Walking Dead shit in this top lane right now. SVG creating a zombie apocalypse. And it's gonna start sieging down Radiant's top tower. Lanham's still level 1. He's gonna try to harass MSS, but that might have been a mistake, as he's gonna start getting slowed by the boar and arrow from Envy, and he's gonna die there. I'm not so sure what Lanham's actually doing right now. It's definitely not the ideal Undying play, but I guess he just doesn't know what else to do. Like, let's say you were playing Undying this game right now. Top lane is a Centaur Warlock. You're not killing that. Mid lane, a Mirana. You're not killing that. Bot lane, a Beastmaster. You're not killing that. And you're not providing any type of like harass on them either. If you're gonna stay in the lane and like spam your decay, it's a bit annoying, but it's not gonna lead to a kill. You're just wasting mana, and you're in 5 position. And you have no items. So he's just bored, and he's walking around the map. I guess he dies to Beast there, but now he'll get a lane for himself, so he's gonna finally be able to get some levels up as Access rotated into the jungle. So not all is lost for our zombie friend. He does have the new cosmetic. Okay, look at it. Looks pretty cool. It's like a... what is that? It's like one of like the pilgrims or whatever, right? Is that what it's supposed to be? It's like pilgrims? I don't know. We're gonna see a charge onto SVG. He's gonna have creeps. And Mirana ult will be used as well. There was a DD Jug next to him, but with the creeps there, can't just try to go for that Omni Slash and hope that it bounces to the Chen only. It's gonna bounce around the creeps and he's gonna be able to walk away regardless. But they still use the Mirana ult just to make sure. See, old 11 in the trouble on the top lane. No stun from Aoi anymore means that he's just gonna be able to TP out. Pretty slow game right now for NP. Just how they play with lineups such as this, they tend to just go for slow plays. Sometimes we'll see Envy just rotate to the side lanes right now and make stuff happen, and we might just see that soon. Instead, we're gonna see SVG and MSS go for rotation instead, with the level 6 on the Beastmaster and the Roar. They're gonna run into old 11. Scout him out with the Hawk. Oh, the Hawk went right instead of left, so they don't see the Axe. Instead, they're going to try to look for Sylar. He's going to edge his Hawk towards the mid lane, but now old 11 is going to get spotted. But MSS seems a bit surprised there, as he gave him a bit of a tap and just walked away. I believe they don't think they can kill the Axe that deep. He does have 1000 HP and pretty tanky. Lanham's gonna get a lot of levels in this bot lane as his Axe is rotated out. He went from being level 1 to level 5 now. Well, that smoke gank will fail for NP. They're gonna go back to the jungle. Ooh, Warlock has found a lot of levels. I wasn't watching top lane too much, but he was only involved in one kill, and that was the Necrolite kill. It's really well played from Rose. He did share a couple creeps with Aoi, but the fact that they're able to get that much level on him this early, you don't see 6 come out that fast. That's without the Toma as well. Because lane was kind of pressured, but I guess with the Undying almost immediately leaving the lane, and Spirit Breaker kind of roaming as well, he got a fair bit of space just to pull and get a lot of levels from neutrals. Yeah, but now with that Warlock ult, NP are going to look to make a play in this bot lane. They're going to immediately strike the enemy's safe lane. Ehome is kind of ready for it. They're kind of in the trees, but we're going to see the rock dropped. Axe is going to come in and get a call on a lot of heroes and creeps. And MSS is going to fall low to all those spins. Axe will fall at the end of the day, but the buyback will come in from Lanham. Omni Slash coming in onto Envy as well, and they're going to feed 2 kills away for 2 kills. But Undying did use buyback there, but this is 5 position Undying. You don't really care. At this point in the game, support buybacks are pretty valuable, as it can really turn fights around like that.
Top towers
I mean, I don't think Lanham had the biggest impact on turning that around, but he did help. And sometimes you see it's a lot more noticeable where you think you kill your support in the early game, or they relocate, or they buy back and they TP in. Which is why I say relocate, because that's what I do myself a lot. And when I play Wisp, sometimes you just get caught out. They go for you first. You buy back, relocate, turn the fight around. This is pretty game winning. But with that, Axe will have his blink. I'm not sure if he had it before or after that fight. He'll have it now. Well, Envy is looking to set up in this top lane for any hero that tries to defend, but Ehome is instead going to be pushing bot as 4. Healing Ward going to help them heal up, but see how much damage the Fatal Bonds does. OP ability.
Fortify their structures. Radiant's top towers hurting.
Sylar going for the Hooded Defiance. Look at the heroes right now. Juggernaut has a fair bit of farm on them. Look at that net worth, it's still pretty even. This game hasn't really opened up for either team yet, but based on just heroes, in terms of where their power spike is, I definitely give a favor to neither team either. Both teams could pretty much win the team fight. It really depends on execution and how the initiation starts. You see some wards placed onto NP side of the map. They're going to control this ancient area. And they're still in this bot lane. At least Lanham is. MSS is going to get spotted out with this ward, but there's no support. Rose is pushing really far onto Lanham, and 2 supports are just going to play against each other in this bot lane. But now with Envy rotating in, was he actually spotted? I believe he was spotted with the ward, so they're going to get back, and he's not going to be able to find a kill. He's going to continue to farm up. This is the standard build for Centaur, Vanguard, Hooded Defiance. Makes him really tanky. He gets it early. He's going to run into Old 11 here, and not going to make a call into the Centaur. He's way too tanky for that. He has his Stampede as well to get away, but now Ehome is going to be grouping up and pushing top, while NP is going to do the opposite on the bot lane here. Necro Book will be used, and Chen has 2 birds here, Wild Wing Rippers, create a Hurricane in his bot lane. We saw a Zombie Apocalypse in the frickin' top lane, now we see Twister, SVG. What a movie director. Should call him Director SVG. Yeah, one of his birds gets killed for a harpy. Oh, he really wants to create a hurricane. Look at this. His lightning as well as tornadoes. But no more memes. We're gonna see the Warlock ult drop. This arrow will land onto Juggernaut. Spirit Breaker ult hitting onto Envy, but he's still gonna be able to survive. He was able to leap out there with pretty low HP, and the fight has completely evened out. But Ehome has advantages. They have a lot more sustain with both Undying, Healing Ward, as well as Necrolite. They're gonna make a play onto Aoi, but Aoi is super tanky, getting healed up by the Shadow Word. Axe is gonna make another Blink initiation onto him. He's gonna get sent back to base, and will they be able to finish him off before he dies? Yes, they will, with the Reaper Scythe from Sylar. So, pretty action-packed fight there. A lot of ultimates used. Warlock Golem was dropped. Envy almost went down there, but he was able to leap himself out. And Aoi will be the sole victim of that fight, as the Reaper Scythe will delete him from the game for quite a while. I believe it was nerfed, so he's not going to have a stupidly long death timer, but it's long regardless. How much? 10 seconds at level 1. Which I think it is level 1, right? Yeah. It's not too bad. He's dead for 10 extra seconds. It's pretty much that whole fight was the battle of the sustain. As a lot of damage was dealt, but a lot of damage was also healed. And eHome won at the end of the day because they had more heals. They had Undying, Necrolites, Healing Ward, and they were just pretty much able to survive all of NP's damage. And NP doesn't have any like damage in terms of like right click or anything like sustainable damage. It's all like burst. So since they were able to just survive the burst, they were just able to heal up, and NP didn't have any more damage. Like their roar was used, their golem was used, and they just had to run away. And Aoi got caught with the axe calls, and Reaper Scythe was able to finish him off. That's the story of that fight. So look at net worth now. Juggernaut's gonna find himself at the top, so eHome's gonna be at a bit of an advantage, but not too much. Nothing major. So Necrophos building into a Yules. Pretty interesting build from him. Usually you see like maybe some type of mobility item. I guess Yules is a mobility item, but you see like a Blink Dagger on Necrolite pretty often. It's able to allow him to get in there for the Reaper Scythe. But we're going to see a solo kill on the top lane from MSS, finding that roar onto Old 11. And with the Necrolites as well as Boars, he's going to be able to finish him off relatively quickly. Old 11 was a bit low HP, so farming the lane a bit greedily, he's going to get punished by MSS. Shown Envy, if we look on his Aghanim status, he is almost there. Needs, after this creep camp, he's going to only need the point booster pretty much. Or a little bit more than that.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Aoi building into a full pipe. This ward has survived the whole duration of its lifespan. It's gonna be able to scout out Aoi right now, and what eHome wants to do right now is probably look for some type of engagement. Juggernaut just hit level 11, he'll have a level 2 Omni Slash, but there's a lot of creeps that he has to deal with when using Omni Slash, so it's a bit troubling for him. While NP has really good ward vision into eHome's jungle. This ward was just recently placed. These wards have been for a while, they just haven't been dewarded. They were placed back when NP were playing aggressively on this bot lane. Speaking of aggression, we're going to see eHome make a push onto this mid lane right now. Maybe able to get the tower for free. NP not feeling quite ready to fight yet. They really want to finish up the Ags on Mirana. If they take a fight here and don't manage to secure a victory, it's going to be pretty bad for him. It's going to delay his Ags for quite a while. He just wants to get it up. And it's going to be a pretty big deal with the pipe as well from Aoi. But we're going to see a charge onto Garter in the top lane. And it's not going to be able to quite find Envy while... What happened? Where did he die? Died right here? They used the Stampede, and I guess they found a kill onto Lanham in their jungle. Roar was committed as well as Necrobook. Full Manta style completed on Old Chicken, while Envy is really close to his Ags. He needs 400 gold. Come on. Spirit Breaker, FY, has not bought any support items, so he's found a full Midas for himself. eHome is gonna take this game slow. So the nature of these two teams, NP playing pretty slow games themselves, and eHome as well. We only see 10 kills in 20 minutes pretty much. But as I say that, we're gonna see a 5-man smoke from eHome, and they're gonna try to make a play onto NP. But is this obvious? Might be obvious. I believe it is scan. No, that is the Radiant scan. They're looking for NP's heroes, but NP kind of knows what's up. They're all hiding. Someone's drawing this. Check Roshan. It's not in Rosh either. And NP definitely knows what's up. The Chen's hiding in the trees. MSS is in the trees. Stay in the trees. Rose is behind the tower. Old 11 will stay in the Rosh pit. Just scout it out a bit while Siler will finally reveal himself. Pushing out this bot lane. He's going to be building into Aghanims next. Envy will finally finish his Aghanims. He's just going to need to bring in the courier to him. While this Chen has finished up Mac and is going to push out the top lane right now using his creeps. He has 2 Centaurs, 2 Ursus. So Aghanims will be picked up by Envy finally. It's pretty late. 20-minute Aghanims is not the fastest for Mirana. He just hasn't shared a lot of farm with his teammates, and that's one of the major reasons why is also not being able to farm too aggressively, as he has to always watch out for that Spirit Breaker charging it. Look at how he's building into the Crimson Guard. I almost forgot the name. That's how often that item is actually picked up. The Crimson Guard next on Centaur War. I know what the item is, I just don't know exactly what the name is. It's just kind of blanked in my head. But Crimson Guard for Aoi coming up. He's going for like the really small items. Not small items, but like mid-tier items. And try to make him tanky as well as the rest of his team tanky as well. See if it actually works out. They still have a problem in team fights, as yeah, even if they do survive, they have problems taking out heroes as well. Oh, as I say that, boy was I wrong. Warlock Golem coming down, Fatal Bonds and 5 heroes, and that's what happens when you get the Fatal Bonds in Mirana. Totally forgot about that. Definitely don't lack in damage anymore. They have quite a bit of burst. Quite a bit. That did not work out for eHome at all. Like pinging everything right now, they're a bit upset, I'm assuming. Yeah, I did not account for the Fatal Bonds Mirana, of course. Of course, why would I not account for that? That's why they picked these heroes together. But, disgusting hero combination. You see the Fatal Bonds, right, read the spell, bind several enemy units together, causing 25% of the damage dealt to one of them to be felt by others. And we read this spell, and we go, passively triggers Starstorm every 10 seconds, alright? And that's 300 damage. Twice. And there's an extra one. If anyone gets hit by that. And that hits against 5 people. And all the other 4 people take 25% of... It is a lot of damage. I'm not going to do the math. I actually want to do the math to know exactly how much that is, but clearly it was enough to just wipe all these heroes. So let's say it does like 1,000 damage. Almost 1,000 damage. 1,000 damage. Warlock Golem came down on 5 heroes, pretty much. And it's 5-man Fatal Bonds into Starfall. So Envy will see Sylar in this top lane here. He's gonna pop pipe and just run out, or hood and run out. And eHome looking to just go bot again. I'm not so sure if they want to repeat what actually happened down here. By the way, Envy got Aegis. MSS will pick up a gem for himself. While did he pick it up, or did one of his teammates pick it up? 143.7 actually bought it, but it will be MSS carrying the gem. Juggernaut is picking up a Maelstrom to just help deal against all of the creeps on the Dire side from Chen as well as Beastmaster. And the game is totally not look at net worth right now. Of course, it's going to be a spike in favor of NP because of that engagement right there. But you're also going to find a... It was not a roar. It looked like he got hit by an arrow or something. Or not even that. What happened to him? I don't know. Axe died somehow. That's Centaur stun. So sure how that actually happened, but got chain stun up some way. He was busy talking. He gets taken out in his bot run. Bunch of creeps heading towards the mid tower, as they'll get taken out fairly quickly. Envy's gonna clear this creep wave. Necrobooks will expire, but the rest of the creeps still alive. A lot of attack speed from the Beastmaster Aura, as well as a bit of extra attack speed from the Ursa as well. 3 centaurs. These creeps are gonna start getting taken out here from these Maelstrom procs. Man, bye bye Centaur. We just got a 420 crit right there. Old chicken dank juggernaut player. The Maelstrom build. Now he's going straight into the Agdams. Holy crap, is his team tanky right now. You remember when I said that NP was lacking damage? Yeah, their team has damage now, but Ehome will be the ones lacking damage, as it's pretty hard to do damage against a Centaur with a Pipe as well as a Crimson Guard and an Aghanims. You see the Warlock Golem drop down onto 2. The Roar will happen in the back as well onto Old Chicken. So Juggernaut is looking to be in a bit of trouble. Garter ults in to try to save his friend, and with Healing Ward, he's going to be able to run out of here. Reaper's Scythe will hit onto Envy, but of course he has Aegis. The Tombstone will get deleted almost immediately. And nice save from Garter there, getting Old Chicken out of there alive. The axe, however, did fall. And a lot of... Holy crap, that's a scary golem. How fast that is attacking. Their Rax might just be in trouble here, as there's no axe. This would be a dream for axe, but he's dead. I don't think he has buyback. He does not. So Old Chicken is left to try to spin and deal with all this crap, but unfortunately he's gonna get taken out, and the rest of the team as well. They simply cannot fight against NP's heroes right now. I bet they were regretting what happened here. The game was pretty even to that point, but I mean, that was just as I was saying. NP might be lacking a bit of damage, right? So I guess Ehome were on the same wavelength as I was, as they didn't quite expect the Aghanims to come out and just have that much of a showing. It did. This is the Roar onto Old Latham, and he'll get taken out here. Buyback coming in from Old Chicken. Omni slashing through them, so it's going to hit a whole bunch of creeps. Garter is going to find his charge in, and he's going to be able to hit his ult on Envy, but Envy is still alive, and he's running back in. He did fall a bit low with his Urn charge on him, and he had to leap himself out. He's probably going to send back by Chen, and he will. Mech used as well, just to make sure he gets out there alive, and NP will make their retreat. But back to what I was saying. Ehome was probably on the same wavelength as I was, and if you don't have that too much damage, look at their Centaur, they're going super defensively. We can maybe make a bit of aggressive play, so what, we eat a Golem, we just heal up, right? And then they eat a 5-man Fatal Bonds and Starstorm, and they just get wiped. And that's what happens. I guess they did not scout the Aghanims yet, or even if they did, they underestimated his damage a bit. I'll never do that again. I mean, of course I knew. I'm so stupid. Now that I look at it, right? Freaking Starstorm is going to do a ton of damage with Fatal Bonds. It's run by other teams as well, but in a game of Dota, it's really easy to just overlook those type of things. It's, and then it happens to you, and then you just get fucked. That's why a strategy in NA Dota is just to say GGN when you start losing, so the enemy team put their guard down and they'll forget about things like freaking Fatal Bond, Starstorm, and they go high ground. Or they say it's GGN, we'll just go high ground. They've probably given up, and then maybe the rest of the team actually did give up, but the Warlock didn't give up, and he was gonna drop his Golem onto 4 heroes, and then he's gonna cast Fatal Bonds, and then they're all gonna die. and then they're gonna call it GG.
He's dominating. It should be against the rules.
Alright. That's exactly what happens. Classic NA Dota game, guys.
Dyer's done it again.
GGN. The Warlock and the Mirana are like, no, we're still trying, guys. The rest of the team is like feeding courage or something. And so they just 5-man, try to push your high ground, and drop the golem. Put your Q onto them, and Mirana leaps in, and they go, and then suddenly everyone's dead, and you're like, what the fuck? I thought you said GGN, reported. And that's exactly what happened. So NP do take that game. Not so sure what I have to say about that. Whole game boiled down to that moment right there, as it was pretty slow before that, but then after that, everything started crumbling for eHome. So NP is gonna be able to secure another victory for themselves against eHome. I'm not so sure what they actually banned, but eHome with the weird drafts. This so like early laning stage for them kind of went pretty poorly. Lanham didn't get anything done. Even Fed a kill away. Spirit Breaker didn't get anything done. It was just super hard heroes for them to kill. Like there's a Warlock Centaur in one lane. You can't kill that. And anywhere where Chen is, you really don't want to kill that. And you charge in with a Spirit Breaker, you can easily get turned around. And you, depending on what creeps he has like a troll or something, and you get netted, Centaur stunned, etc. Beastmaster, not easy to fight into as well. There's all these melee heroes, they have to try to chase him down, but he has boars, so it's going to be a lot of slow, and you can't just get up on him. Of course, you're not going to kill this lane with the Centaur or Lock, so you couldn't fight any kill potential in any lane, and without getting kills, their heroes are not too good. They're pretty decent at team fighting, but look at the overall impact that this Undying had on the game. It's not too big at all, and that's why Dying, even though he's good right now, you kind of gotta be selective on when you pick him. You can't just pick him every game and expect him to do that well. And they picked him first here, and he did not pay off at all. Who did they pick second? I think it was Juggernaut. Yeah, these two first, and then these two, I think. Yeah, it was either this. Spirit Breaker was definitely in the second phase. Yeah, it didn't work out too well for NP there, as they got eHome there, as they got fucked to Reno. But sometimes shit happens, and we're gonna go into the next game when it is ready. But while we wait, what is Royal Arena? This is Adfinum shit. I really want to see this. Can I watch this? I don't know. I'm not allowed to watch. Summit is free, however, for some reason. I thought that there's supposed to be tickets for this, but there is not, because we're watching the Summit 5. And we're going to go back to Virtus Pro. Analyzing Virtus Pro. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. I remember when I said this was going to be 30 minutes? Never happens. Hope you're enjoying the stream, or everyone actually watching this shit.
Radiance.
I'm gonna check my chat to see if anyone actually is. So if anyone actually is, hello. Welcome to the best Dota 2 stream in existence. 0 watching, guys. Wow, so good. How do I get more viewers for this stream? I don't know. But, alright, let's get back to this Virtus Pro shit. We're gonna do some analysis onto their second game against Wings Gaming. So, yeah, they banned Innocence Oracle.
Radiance pick.
Go for the same bands. They decided to not go for the Wisp this time. Wings will get the standard Chinese opener, Rubik Juggernaut, as well as the Sand King in the second phase. Timbersaw is going to be banned from Virtus Pro, as well as
10
Warlock.
seconds to go.
Let's see OD banned. Timbersaw ban probably came because they did see the OD ban from Wings. And when you ban OD, maybe you decide to pick up Timbersaw, because OD is pretty good against Timber, as well as Wings picking up Timber in the last game. But they get their lifestealer in the first phase of this game.
Radiant's pit.
Disruptor and
10
Dazzle.
seconds to go.
Sniper pickup from Virtus Pro.
Reserve time.
Usually you pick this to like go against like a
Someone's
Odie
dropped out like
or like a Razor or
Radiant's
something.
banned.
Lane mid against it. So
Radiant's
he does
pick.
pretty good in those matchups, but they're just gonna pick it regardless, and they get the last pick back.
Dyer's pick.
Alright, I don't know how Wings doesn't think this hero's a problem. This hero is pretty freaking good. And then they Slark it! The last pick, Slark from Wings Gaming. I'm not sure. Alright, Wings looks like usually they're like a crazy Chinese team. We'd go for the weird YOLO picks, right? But this game they're like, we're gonna draft like every other Chinese team right now. And this is exactly this draft. The opener with the Rubik Juggernaut is what pretty much a lot of Chinese teams are doing. VGJ, VG, LGDFY, all these Chinese teams are too many to name, but Rubik first pick with a Juggernaut is hot shit in China right now, and they're just gonna go for it. I'm not. They actually might be hiding strats. Who the fuck knows?
Alright, carry on.
I see Wings hiding strats for Boston Major. I'm sure the summit is just one big mind game. Right? They're all in the house together. They're like probably like sneaking around, looking at each other's like practice or whatever, like trying to steal strats from their notebooks. And Wings Gaming just out meta everyone, just not showing shit in this this summit. No, I think before they won TI, they did win the summit, so maybe different strategy there. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Just talking out of my ass right now. But, definitely see Blink head to the mid lane with the. Alright. Good luck, Shadow. Have fun, boy. Lol.
30 seconds to showtime.
Alright, there's definitely some meme shit going on right now. I see an aggressive lane with Ramsey as well as Lil. Shadow is gonna be on Slark. Nothing happening right now. He's gonna board his own camp? What the Oh no, that's not his own camp. Alright,
And
so
away
I'm
we
dumb.
go.
Hey, they ward the enemy camp. Batrider is gonna be soloing bot against a lane
Radiant on
swap.
one side, Dyer on the other.
Soloing bot against a Slark and a Rubik, while Juggernaut is in the mid lane. This is what I don't agree with, right? You want the Juggernaut to go with the Rubik, and I guess like if Rubik heads into this mid lane, they can kill a sniper potentially. But if he's on his high ground, it's pretty hard. You're going pretty deep for him, and Ogre is gonna be here as well, providing a bit of a shield for this dwarf sniper. And Rubik Slark is just not the same lane as Rubik Jug. And Pasha is gonna be able to do pretty good in this bot lane. We're actually gonna see a lane rotation right away. Interesting. What the heck? Alright, interesting. I'm not so sure what they actually did this. Oh, it's because they don't want to lane the lifestealer against the Sand King. It's pretty triggering for him as a melee hero. Just can't get his farm, even though he has a fair bit of sustain to deal with it. Like, you can't just rage to hit the creeps, right? Like, it's not a thing. So it's gonna be annoying to deal with that caustic, and that was the reason why they did go for this duel in the first place, was to go against the Slark. But Wings kind of out metagaming them, put the Slark bot, but now they're gonna rotate once again, and so there's a lot of musical lanes in this game right now as the Ogre kills himself. We're gonna
The
find
Radiant's
a
courier
kill on the
didn't make it.
courier. Nice play by Innocence there. So early game has been a bit clowny right now. There's a lot of shit. We're gonna keep watch of the shit too. See when the next NP game is up. I want to cast that as well.
Oh man, they just got some of that first blood going.
So they're gonna find a stun onto gets away. And they found a stun onto Lil and tried to go for killing him, but they were able to turn it around, but he managed to get away. Meanwhile, they did get a kill onto Innocence in the mid lane. It looks like there was some fighting that happened between these this 2v2 lane in the mid pretty much, and Lil did end up going down, feeding first blood away to no one. Look at CS. This guy is really good.
Dire's mid tower's having technical
He
difficulties.
can hit those creeps. He is owning this jug right now.
Dire's mid tower won't
Yes.
last much longer.
What is going on? Yeah. Not a good lane for our Juggernaut friend. Sniper is definitely peeping him with the help of this
Dire's
ogre.
mid tower could use a little help.
And top lane is not gonna do too well either. Like, they rotated the Slark out, so you didn't want to lane against Lifestealer, because Lifestealer is just going to be able to free farm against a Slark. Slark can't contest him. But against a Batrider, he's not going to have the best of lanes either. But because it is a solo bat, and not like a dual lane or anything this time, it's going to be a bit easier. But Bat is still going to be able to get his levels in this lane, as well as some farm as well. Now Lifestealer forced to deal with this Sand King. He's gonna get his farm slowed down a bit. I don't expect him to hit whatever it was last game, like 60 CS at 8-minute mark, but I'm gonna try to make a play into Faith BN, but Faith BN is gonna be able to get out with the value point on that Sandstorm. But while that was happening, the Batrider did get taken out in the top lane. Looks like he got a bit aggressive and got lifted up by the Rubik. Of course, the Rubik is still pretty good with the Slark as a dual lane combo, as he allows you to set up the pounce. But Faith BN and Dazzle finding a kill onto Lil right here, and Ramsey's in trouble as well. The heal bomb is going to find 2 kills quite quickly there. And this is what Ramses and Lil were afraid of as they started the lane top. They did not want to lane against this dual lane combo. At the end of the day, after the musical lanes happened, they still ended up having to deal against the Dazzle as well as Sand King. Pretty standard combo for the Chinese teams. Like to run it a lot, as this dual lane is really strong. You see some EU's teams play it as well. It's just overall a good combination. Sand King is a lane dominator, and with a hero like Dazzle there to support him. And of course, Poison Touch able to do a lot of work as well. And he's gonna be able to take control of the lane, but he doesn't have shallow grave. I don't know. He's gonna be able to pop his magic stick and just get out of there. And they put a lot of pressure in the lane. They took a fair amount of harass, and they might have to back to heal up. Instead, he's gonna pop his magic stick and heal the creep wave. But surprise ogre come in. It's gonna be able to find a kill on the Faith BN, and Ramsey going deep for it. He's in a bit of trouble right now as he has to juke himself into the trees. And he's gonna get taken out by Innocence Rubik. And that's Russian Dota for you. While no one found a kill with the bat, I think, onto a Juggernaut, and that's pretty surprising. What actually happened to him? Alright, so he walks into vision of this ward here, and doesn't have mana for spin. He just used it as well. He just gets chased down by both Bat as well as Sniper. He's gonna finish him off with the peep, and actually dies to the fire. Look at the game right now. Wings had a pretty good start, but this mid lane, yeah, this mid lane is quite a this mid lane is quite problematic for Wings Gaming, as Sniper is peeping everybody, and this hero is on the
Radiant's top
come up
tower is
as
taking
well.
hits.
Like, I'm not even sure if it's gonna be the next patch, but I'm sure it is already good. Not in every situation, but situationally, when you're playing against a Juggernaut, or a hero like this, and you have a Ogre helping you out, giving you a Bloodlust, you're gonna be pretty strong. The power of Sniper right now is... Originally, like, I thought he was gonna be pretty strong with the Dragonlance, just having that much range on him, and didn't show too much promise, but right now, where other heroes were nerfed a bit, and he's found a pretty good spot in the game right now. Like, sometimes he's just bad, because he's still gonna get jumped on and killed, but in games where you like have a lot of heroes in front of him, and he can just play like pretty far back, he's super annoying, because you can't get past the enemy's heroes, and you can't get on the Sniper. He's just gonna shell out a ton of damage in the back line.
Radiant's top tower is taking
Especially with the Dragonlance. Like, at some point you don't even know where he is anymore. Like, he's just like somewhere like in the fog, and you're just getting shot, and shrapnel coming down everywhere. It's quite annoying. And I bet this Juggernaut agrees with me, as he only has 16 last hits compared to the Sniper's 53. The Lifestealer will be slowed down a bit, so he's forced to buy Iron Talon and jungle, as the Sand King is doing Sand King things. The Slark is looking, he will spot out this ward here. I want to say the Slark was going to go ahead jungle as well, and he'll actually do that, but he won't actually have Iron Talon, so it's going to be a bit slower, but he's going to be doing stacks. Iron Talon doesn't help him too much. He's going to pick up a Sentry to do ward as well and get that bonus gold. So this is how every Slark game usually goes. If teams don't contest him, he can farm pretty fast, get his items, but the problem is, you have a super free farm Slark, right? 14 minutes, you get a Shadow Blade, you get an Echo Saber, and you still lose the game. Because this hero has a problem ending the game. He doesn't push, and in teamfights he has to play pretty well. If he dies a couple of times and he doesn't have his lead anymore, he just falls behind a lot. You see a teamfight in the bot lane, it actually works out for Virtus Pro. What actually happened? Get back a bit. What actually happened here? So Ramsey's really low. Looks like he's baiting right now. There's a bunch of TPs are coming, so he's definitely baiting. But yeah, he infests the lane, heals up onto the creep, finds a rage, and kills the Sand King. Static Storm will be used for that. The Grave will be used on Facebook, and just gonna keep him alive for a bit longer. Actually, he's gonna commit Lasso just to make sure he doesn't get that stun off. So really good Lasso from Pasha, realizing that if the Sand King was able to get his stun off because he was saved by Grave, he could have potentially turned around the fight. But because he was lassoed, he's gonna die before finding his stun. And we're gonna bring all of their heroes here, as Wings is committing 5 for this fight. Juggernaut's gonna come in, as well as the Rubik and Slark, and we're gonna take out 2 heroes themselves. The Sniper canceling his snipe, while the Batrider gets into a fight with Rubik, and he finally kill in the back. Was it Sniper actually? Or Sniper was fighting the Rubik, and he found the kill. Batrider is gonna. Holy, what's going on here? Every hero is just running bot, and they've been fighting for a good like 2 minutes now. So Dazzle will die for a second time. He's died, respawned, and died again. Faith Band's gonna come in, and Omni Slash coming through. Unlucky bounce onto Solar. Solo means that no one's gonna get out with 100 HP and shoot down Blink. And it's quite unfortunate there for them. You see, Slark is just not good at fighting right now. Meanwhile, Ramsey's like, hey, 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 have fun fighting. I'm gonna be pushing out this top lane. But Batrider
The
TP'd
time
bot,
I
and
wanna mine the
he's
top tower.
ready for more kills as the glimpse gets used on Faith BN.
Oh,
He's gonna be able
not
to
so
take him
fast,
out.
Corey, because he just mega killed. It's a mega kill now.
Now he's going for more as he hits that flame break onto Innocence. He's gonna stop him from getting this haste. He's gonna pick it up
Time I wanna
himself,
mine the top
and
tower.
that's another kill
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
for VP. Meanwhile, Ramsey is just pushing this top lane the entire time. I should actually get back to the NP game, huh?
Radiant's mid tower
It's
could
not
use a
up yet?
hand.
You kidding me? Yo, what? It is up. The fuck? Alright. Alright. Enough of that Virtus Pro stuff. But game's a bit clowny. It's not too much analysis to do. There's a lot of fighting, and with the Stark lineup against that, he's just not equipped
Radiant's
to fight that
banned.
early. I'm assuming that the snipers got a fairly large lead, and they're able to secure that
Dire's
game.
banned.
Looks like Wings is hiding strats, so I don't fucking know, man. But we're gonna see Team NP versus eHome, Summit 5. We can actually look what NP banned this
10
time.
seconds to
eHome
go.
bans almost the same thing as this time. He's gonna add Centaur to the list.
5
Now he's
seconds.
Ursa, Envy's Mirana. You ban the Venomancer. I don't want to play against this cancerous shit.
Reserve
And
time.
ban Undying as well, even though it didn't do too well the last game, as well as the Alchemist
Dire's pick.
and Batrider. Yeah. I don't know why they banned Nyx. I mean, I guess it is a e-home hero. They do pick it quite often for. I forgot who plays it. It's either
10
Old 11 or
seconds to
Old
go.
Chicken. I think it's Old 11. Plays the Nyx. They're gonna get the first phase
5
Omni
seconds.
Knights, as well as the Spirit Breaker themselves. They're going, alright, e-home. We see your Spirit Breaker. We're gonna get it this time. And we're gonna
Radiant
show
pick.
you. But e-home is like, we see your Chen. We're gonna take it, and we're gonna show you. As they pick a warlock or a witch doctor in their first phase, which is pretty good against the Spirit Breaker. Sven. It's quite annoying for them in fights if
10
he gets
seconds
his
to go.
paralyzing cask off. It just bounces around,
5
and you're
seconds.
gonna get the Envy Queen of Pain as the rest of, well, not the rest of his heroes, but his Mirana doesn't get banned out. And they want a relatively mobile hero that can clear waves, so they're gonna get the Queen of Pain. They're not gonna decide to go for the Invoker because he's quite vulnerable to the Chen ganks. It's something that they watch it out for. If you get like an
What's with all
Invoker,
the scribbling?
and this is a Jug mid or a Weaver mid, but either one, right? Say you run Weaver or Jug mid, Chen rotations coming in, even Witch Doctor coming in, he's quite gankable. But with the Queen of Pain, it's going to be a lot harder. Still maybe be possible with like the net creep, but requires some RNG, right? As if it's an Invoker, any creep that Chen gets, pretty much he can just smoke mid,
10
find
seconds
a
to
fast
go.
rotation on him. Of course, they have like some counter gank potential with the Spirit Breaker, but Invoker is still pretty squishy and slow. It's gonna get pressured a lot in the early game by the Chen.
Everybody
Instead,
get
they're gonna
set.
go for the Queen of Pain. It's also a lot less greedier, and when you're playing against a Chen, you need to do that. So Invoker, for sure, like later in the game, if you can get to that point, he's still be pretty good against Chen, but early, doesn't provide too much. That's what they're just worried about, so I get the Quap instead of the standard AOE 2000 Sven and Eternal Envy Invoker. Did smoke for this. SVG managed to place ward down, blocking his own camp, making sure that Chen doesn't start aggressively. It's really good from him. He blocks this camp as well, so shutting Chen out of this area, as well as putting a observer ward up on this
30
high ground,
seconds to go.
seeing if Chen actually is standing here or anything. You're gonna have better information on him. Oh, eHome putting a pretty standard rune ward. Sand King will have a sentry, so you should be able to deward one of these, or this one, or anything, as long as they scout it out. Starting with a Windlace for the Spirit Breaker. Interesting. Allows
The
him to
game
walk
is
around a
on.
lot faster, and makes his once he gets level 2, it makes this do a bit more damage because it and counts his
Radiant on
move
one
speed.
side, dire on the other.
Move speed to damage, 22%. So it's pretty good lane in this bot lane for NP, but I'm not so sure against the Weaver and Witch Doctor though. Like normally, like the Spirit Breaker and Omni would be a pretty annoying lane to deal with, but with these two heroes, they have a pretty good chance of taking them out. But Guard are not blocking the range creep here. That means that this lane is going to start pushing. It's pretty bad for them. As once the Omni gets a lot of levels, they can't zone him anymore. They really want to do a lot. Alright, this is not good player, you know. So I don't know what's going on. Like this is definitely not how you want to play the safe lane. Not flaming or anything. It's some. I'm sure all these players are a lot better than me, but definitely just from like subjective standpoint, right? Or objective standpoint. This is not how you want to play the safe lane against the Omni lane. You definitely want to block the range creep, and you want to harass him out before he gets too many levels. He's going to be able to take over this lane now. But while I say that, NP managed to find a kill onto the Sand King, so their safe lane going a lot better, as with Rose helping out with that charge. He did manage to take out old 11, and he has a creep just standing here. I'm not sure what that's about. Like Chen sent a creep all the way up here for some reason. It's gonna stack up now for the Juggernaut or Sand King. Rose will find a Arcane Rune for himself, and that's what I said. Now this Omni is a problem. He's running down guard her, but Syla are gonna rotate in to harass him out. Like the lane is not completely lost by far. It's just that's not how you want to start out the lane, and sometimes it's unfortunate. So it's like can't really flame them for it. Sometimes he just wasn't in the position to do the range creep catch, and they still have pretty good potential in this lane, but they would be doing a lot better if they got it off, or they like salvaged it right away with this pull or something. But it's pretty bad giving him like that full creep wave of experience, but shit happens. Satyr Tormentor is still in this top lane. So Ehome is playing really weird right now. They're doing some strange things. He's gonna feed his Satyr Tormentor. Oh, the neutrals get it. What a player. Right. The stack was actually for himself, as he found a Wild Wing Ripper and is gonna slowly farm that with this Tornado. Rose is gonna rotate to the bot lane right now, and the guard is gonna give him a bit of a whack. Yeah, by far, like if this was any other lane, like that could have been game losing or lane losing at least. But because it's a Weaver Witch Doctor, it didn't matter too much at the end of the day. So maybe some next level strats. You give the Omni more levels, so when you kill him, you get more gold. Right? Is that how that works? I'm not even sure how that works. Okay, maybe that's how that works. I don't know. When we look at the last hits right now, both safe lanes pretty even. Mid lane is even as well. So no team has too big an advantage right now in this laning stage. Chen has been farming up quite a bit, but it's actually not that farmed. As looks like he took a creep from. And he took another creep from this. So he farmed it once and then took a creep. He's only level 3. Did he get his experience sapped or something? Should have got a lot more out of that. Oh, I guess not actually. It was only like 2 stacked, I believe. Or 3. It was like 3 missing the wing. Wild wing. Yeah, so it's not too much. pull from Garter, getting some ghost kills. It's gonna be a single pull, but he doesn't care anymore. Just trying to get a couple levels up, hit his level 4. It didn't manage to get it actually. Now Rose is gonna be sapping Old Lanham's experience. He's gonna place this ward here as well as scout him out. It's a pretty good ward to place against a Chen. Did you hear a smoke? Thought I heard a smoke. Guess not. Now Aui's gonna be left alone against the Sand King, and Sand King is doing just as well as Omni Knight. So even though they managed to take him out level 1, Warlock is not the best support for completely zoning out a Sand King. It's a pretty strong offlaner hero, and he's gonna be able to find his levels, and he's gonna find his farm as well. So he's doing pretty good, matching MSS in his offlane. It dove MSS a bit under tower, and he's got quite low. And now with the charge coming in, they almost managed to take out Sylar, but he's gonna be able to get himself away with the Sakushi, and he gets healed up from the healing ward as well, and they're gonna make a turnaround onto NP, but it looks like NP will get under their tower in time, and Chen coming in as well. They're gonna just transition it into a push. NV being low on mana, he's gonna have to go back to base, and it looks like Ehome is gonna get this push off. Ooh, MSS healing that creep there, doing a bit of damage to Chen's creeps. Now he's going to repel and pull the creep wave, forcing Chen's creeps to tank it once the creep waves get out away. They should still be able to take this tower. Healing ward is down now. Witch Doctor doesn't have Voodoo Restoration. Tower is falling down quickly. Dire does not have Fort, and last hit will go to Jug. NV will TP back to the mid lane. We see Sylar continue to farm up in the bot. So what are we doing on net worth right now? So everybody's still relatively even. So where is this game actually going to go from here? If we look at Witch Doctor is a fair amount of farm on him. Just Spirit Breaker's been under levels. He's been roaming a lot, but how does Weaver fare this game? He does pretty well at kiting their heroes, but if he ever gets caught, his problem is look at his HP numbers. It's not too high. Omni Knight alone has a 360 damage nuke. 360 damage nuke. The Sven coming in with the God Strength, and Quap as well. Look at this. 290 damage Sonic Wave. Level 1. Right? It's pure damage. No damage reduction. That's gonna melt a Weaver. And that is Sylar's problem in this game. If he gets caught out by something, anything, like a charge, stunned by Sven, Warlock Golem, he's going to get deleted very quickly, so he needs to not get hit by anything. But while I say that, 147 is caught out here, and he can eat an Omni Slash. Envy will be pushing out this minion. He's gonna blink to the right side. Let's get himself out of there. Sylar is gonna go for treads. I believe he has to. See, he definitely needs it to tank up. That strength treads really makes a difference. And sometimes you see Weaver just go for their brown boots into Lincolns, but he definitely needs as much HP as he can. And he goes for a pretty tanky build. And we see him TP to the top lane actually, and they find a kill onto the SVG, the Sand King. Sand King about less than halfway to his Blink Dagger, and you see there how much damage that does. So he's sitting on 600 HP right now. This is Agi Treads, and his heal did half his health. And he had to time lapse just because he got healed by Omni, as well as Fatal Bonds being this game. Hello, you saw what Fatal Bonds did last game. It's a bit of a problem for Weaver, but of course if he gets his farm up, like Lincolns and everything, and he plays fights well. He can be quite annoying to deal with as they don't have the best catch for him. They have to hit him with the Sven Stun, Spirit Breaker, or a Warlock Golem. Other than that, Envy might be able to get a Orchid. So he still has to be careful, but once he gets Lincolns, he's a lot more elusive. But before that, yes, so really watch out. Spirit Breaker can be very dangerous for him. Envy scouting out mid lane with his Invisor, and he's trying to go for some type of gank here. You're gonna know it as MSS. Ooh, he misses the Sonic Wave, and it wouldn't have been enough to kill either. So, nice attempt from NP, healing the Quap while in Indis. It's a lot of peer damage coming out from the side of NP actually. NP just killed the healing ward. It's gonna get repelled up. It's gonna start sending auto attacks old chickens away. Oh, now Chen rotates into the mid lane. And they're gonna just stun MSS, but they don't actually manage to find the kill. While Weaver gets a kill onto the Warlock on the top lane with the help of Sand King. Envy coming in and the charge as well. Holy shit, nice two-man stun from Old 11 is going to hit both Envy as well as 1437. Sylar is going to be able to finish off another kill, and he's going to man up on Envy now, but Envy is going to be able to pop his magic wand and blink out of there. So 2-for-1 trade. Both supports dying, but of course they lose a core on the Sand King. It's going to put him a bit further behind to get his blink. If he's given space to farm up, he should be able to still get it in a fairly decent timing. While we see Warlock fall super low. What happened to him? Looks like he got... I have no idea what actually could have happened to him. So he almost died or to something. Did manage to get out of there.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Aoi working on his Echo Saber.
Dire's top
Gonna have
tower is
it
getting
in
beat
500
down.
gold, but right now they're gonna go for a smoke. Where is Aoi's going, actually? Going bot, the smoke is just gonna be onto 2, and it's gonna get broken immediately by Sylar. Warlock Golem is up. He's gonna be able to get away with his Sakushi.
Radiant's
And
mid
it's quite
towers
elusive,
get banged up.
and it's hard to get vision on him in the night. Old Chicken TPs into the mid tower, sends an auto attack
Radiant's
Envy's
top
way,
tower's
but
hurting.
it's not going to be able to find a kill on him with his blink. While MSS was playing pretty aggressive in this top lane. Ooh, I was gonna say he was gonna die there to the Sand King stun, but he barely managed to get away. And only level 1 repel. And TP himself out. His ult had to be expended there, but I'm still liking it. NP's draft a lot more than Eom right now. Again, Eom just picking
Dire's top
pretty
tower's
standard.
getting beat down.
And you play Chinese Dota, you pick these heroes. But it's hurting them. As this
Dire's
first
top
pick,
tower,
Omni Knight coming out from, not first pick, but first phase Omni Knight coming out from NP. It's going to do a lot of work this game actually. He found a pretty decent laning stage. Gonna dive onto Old Chicken in this mid lane, and you're gonna get a kill as Warlock Golem was expended.
Radiant's
You're
mid
gonna see a
tower
charge onto Old 11, and it should be another kill for them. I don't think they're actually gonna be able to Sandstorm and stun onto the high ground, but Envy blinking onto the high ground as well. They're gonna be able to finish him off. Aoi getting the credit for that kill. Sylar building into his Lincoln Sphere. He definitely needs his item as soon as possible this game. Charge is super dangerous for him. They have pretty good follow-up as well. If Omni Knight is anywhere near, it's 360 damage
Radiant
nuke.
bottom tower ain't a pretty sight
I'm
right
gonna
now.
rotate the Warlock Golem all the way from mid lane to the bot lane. Start pushing this bot tower. Old Chicken, the victim of this golem, will get to see it expire in front of his eyes. Curse you, golem.
Radiant's bottom tower's seen better days.
Now old Lanham just continuing to farm up. He's going to be building into his
Radiant's
mech.
bottom tower
He's not going to have the
is
fastest
home.
mech in the world, as MSS will pick up a Midas just to help boost up his farm. And P is still going to play this game slow as they have a Sven, and I don't want to make too many aggressive plays until he gets super farm. They're going to play defensively, hold their side of the map, but as I say that, an aggressive play is going to be made by Ehome, stunning onto Aoi, but with that repel, he's going to be able to tank up this epicenter, as well as just cleave through all of Chen's creeps. And you're going to see Chen try to make his way into the trees right now. Will he get out? Ooh, we managed to get out just barely there, as Juggernaut found a kill onto the Spirit Breaker in the back, and now we see a nice 3-man stun from Old 11. But with no follow-up, he's gonna get cleaned up by NP, and his team has to just back out. So Aoi will finish up his blink after that fight. Turn NV working on an Orchid. Sadler didn't die there. And he's gonna get closer to his Linken's. He needs about 1,000 something gold. Let's get his Linken's. Once he has that, he can play a little bit more aggressive. Juggernaut finishing his defusal, so he's gonna be able to remove the repel as well as Omni ult, which is quite big for them. As Omni is a pretty big problem in this game right now, as they have a lot of things countered by Omni Knights. Warlock ults, Sand King ults, just cast a repel, cast an ultimate, and completely nullify 2 of their ultimates, which is quite annoying. Juggernaut ult as well, all of Weaver's damage. Just, what a hero, Omni Knights. Old 11 working on his blink. We did see Chen die there, so he's gonna get set back on his mech. He's gonna be still a really long way to it.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
It's only level 6 as well in 17 minutes. You're gonna see Weaver try to push Aoi off this tower, but he's gonna get charged, and this is what I meant when I said he's vulnerable without his Linken's. So we see that charge come through, and he gets immediately taken down by the God Strength.
Structures like this.
Now old Lanham walks in there as well, and he gets himself caught out too, feeding another kill away to NP. He did commit the Warlock for that, so at the end of the day, not too bad. He's pretty under-leveled, under-farmed Chen to use the Warlock Golem for that. I would take that trade if I was Ehome. If I was Lanham, I would be tilted, but if I was Ehome, I would be like, alright, use Warlock Golem, whatever. See the charge come onto Garter in the mid lane. With the ult from Envy, they're going to be able to secure the kill, but nice turnaround from Old 11 as well as Old Chicken. Going to find a kill onto Envy. Now the defusal play really paying off, able to remove their repel off of Envy. Now they're going to make chase as they're going to find kill onto 1437 as well, and now they're chasing onto MSS while it looked like Aoi found a kill onto Old 11 in the back. They're going to get 3 kills for that. They did lose a Witch Doctor as well as a Sand King, but 3 kills on Juggernaut on pretty crucial heroes on the side of NP. Just going to slow down his Arcade a little bit more. Still going to be able to get it in a decent timing, but a lot of defusal charge used for that fight though, which is not too good for Ehome, as they need as many as they can get. Ooh. Sylar stunned under tower, but not quite enough damage to finish him off. Aoi was slowed down a bit there by the Mud Golem. He's going to get himself out there. And that's where the Orchid can make a big difference. But unfortunately, he won't have it quite yet. He's going to have it very soon. Ults are still cooling down for NP, so I expect him to play pretty slow. Not going to make anything happen anytime soon. Spirit Breaker going for the drums this game. So we saw the Ehome Spirit Breaker go for a Midas last game. So a bit greedy. The drums is really going to help their team. Increase the movement speed of all their heroes. Pretty important.
Technical difficulties. No breaking through the dire structures for now.
Sand King looks like he'll find an arcane rune. Look at the warding from NP. Pretty deep warding on the side of Ehome. So once they get their ults up again, expect them to go for a smoke. And their ults are actually still down, but they're cooling down. So it'll be up by the time they meet Ehome if they do. And they're gonna draw the line here. They're gonna wrap around here. They definitely have vision over here, so they know that Ehome is not in this top area. So the only place they can be is somewhere in their jungle. Only one diffusal charge left on Jug. That's not good. Chen will finally finish his mech really late in the game. So Latham hasn't had the best impact on this Chen in this game so far. And it looks like NP won't find anybody as Ehome definitely smell something is up and they get themselves out of danger. But meanwhile, they do place a ward down from NP, so they're going to have vision right now into Ehome's jungle. They have pretty firm control over the map right now with their ults up, as Ehome has to be careful of taking any type of engagement. They don't want to run into a Warlock ult and Fatal Bond Sven cleave through their heroes, and Sven will have a full Lincoln Sphere, so this would be really hard to deal with. So a lot of their spells that all their spells that can disable him are a single target. And it's going to be countered by that Lincoln's really nice pickup from Aoi, realizing that instead of going right into the BKB, as he's going to have Repel. So even the Diffusal charge can't be used to remove his Repel.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Now looks like NP, no, they're strong. They're just gonna try to go for a soft push in this bot tower, not committing for it. None of their heroes actually hit the tower.
Can't do nothing about dire structures right now.
It's just letting the creep wave push in. They're clearing the creep wave.
Dire's top tower.
But looks like Envy will rotate out, as their top tower is actually taking a bit of damage, or is going to be taking a bit of damage after this creeps die, and they want to clear out the creeps.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
And now Ehome are rotating out.
Radiant's bottom tower seem better.
Tried to find a kill onto Envy, but with the haste rune, he's going to be able to run himself out there, and it doesn't look like he's going to be caught.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty
once
sight
Ehome
right
shows
now.
himself, looks like NPA is probably going to be able to just take this bot tower and commit to it.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Turn Envy runs all the way bot to meet his team. And I think one of the reasons why he did go for this top defense was that if a fight did start out, they didn't need him right away, as it's pretty strong with just 4 anyway, and he had the haste rune to catch up. We're going to see a fight here as Sven hits a nice stun onto 2, followed up by a Warlock Golem. Old 11 comes in with a pretty good 3-man stun, but he's going to take him.
Whoa, mega kill.
He's going to take it out right there. Aoi doing a ton of damage right now in the game. Sherinaut's going to be able to run out there, as well as Old Line TP himself back to base, but Ehome is not in a good position right now. Net worth graph definitely NP favored. Juggernaut's building into a blink. It is super squishy. You can follow up initiation by Sand King, but doesn't have much in terms of protecting himself against NP's team. If he ever gets caught out, he's just as squishy as the Weaver. He finishes up a Diffusal too. Diffusal will help him get away from the Orchid. But ideally he wants like a Mantis Style or something as well. MSS finishes up a Blink Dagger. Yeah, so for sure now he's going to be able to just reinforce a fight. Even though he is relatively far away. Just a really good item on Omni Knights. Doesn't need to go mech or anything in this game. as their team is pretty strong and they're not having a problem trying to sustain in these fights, as they've only been losing like at most 2 heroes in team fights so far. Just wants to get an item that allows him to follow up the Sven or Spirit Breaker a lot better. Midas will be picked up from SVG. He probably had it. I think he just picked it up actually. But they continue to play it relatively slow. They haven't pressured eHome too much. There was a bit of a fight here, but it was arguably started by eHome, not NP. Like, eHome went in aggressively over here and placed these wards down, and they just got caught by Aoi. He hit like a nice 2-man stun on like a bunch of creeps as well as 2 heroes, and Warlock Golem was dropped, and everything, all hell broke loose. They end up losing 3 heroes because of it. Aoi building into a straight Satanic, so it's going to be super farmed on this Sven.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
I'm going to see ultimate orb from the Omni Knight. I'm not sure what that actually could be. I don't think it's another Lincoln's. It doesn't really makes sense. Maybe just a Hex. Just want to get better catch onto like the sticky heroes. You see charge come through onto Garter, but it was actually Old 11 who broke the smoke, and he's hiding himself in trees. He's gonna just TP out, but the charge will hit onto Garter. It's ult as well. This is the Omni Knight nuke. Gonna find a quick kill onto this Witch Doctor, and it looks like NP are gonna go for a Roche play here. Not gonna go high ground. I'm gonna go for the safer play. Weaver has found a fair amount of farm for himself. It's pretty hard for him to get caught out now with the Lincoln Sphere. Can't get charged, and without the charge providing vision on him, he can just scoochy around and find his farm. He's gonna get 3,000 gold in his bank, and I'm not so sure what he's gonna spend it on. Might be Desolator, or it might be a Diffusal. At this point, I'm most likely thinking Diffusal, but ooh, nice bait from, really nice bait from Sylar, as he showed himself top. They thought he was alone. They broke his Lincolns and silenced him, but unfortunately Juggernaut as well as Old 11 were hiding in the trees, and they get 2 quick pickoffs on Envy as well as SVG. But during that time, Aoi did secure the Roshan and got an Aegis for himself, so not too big of a loss there, but it was definitely something for him. Now Chicken is building into his Manta. Well, it was actually not a Satanic, it was a full heart for Aoi. Of course, he usually goes this item instead of a Satanic on this Sven. He just likes it more, it gives him more damage. Doesn't have to hit creeps to heal. Also makes him tankier. In terms of raw HP, that is. Oh, things have not been looking too good for eHome. Those couple of kills is gonna spike the graph up a bit for them, and their high ground is still no joke, especially if this. Assuming this is a Diffusal. Pretty sure they go 2.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
He's not gonna buy it. What's going on? Spend your gold. Sylar, please.
Radiant's mid tower's coming.
Well, Aoi is just hitting on this mid tower. He's gonna blink away. His team is actually not all with him right now, as MSS was farming in the jungle. He does pick up an item. It's another Lincoln Sphere. It's not a Hex. Interesting. And that makes him survivable.
Radiant's mid tower ain't doing so
all
good.
the disable from eHome is single target. So eHome just turtling up on their high ground. Sylar, does he bot? Oh, what the fuck? That's what he was going for. Alright, it's gonna be a Radiance Weaver. This is some shit we haven't seen in a long time. But he's going for the hard carry on this game right now. And I'm surprised that they actually managed to get the Radiance. So there's a lot of NP heroes in this area, but they stuck the courier all the way around and back around into their base. It's also Old Chicken's ultimate orb. How we pressuring the high ground right now. And it's one of the powers of heart. You don't have to hit creeps. You don't gotta like go over here or like wait for creeps to spawn so you can hit it. And there's no cooldown either. It just allows you to tank up. Well, there's a cooldown, but it's a lot shorter. And it only triggers if you get hit by enemy heroes. So I'm gonna do this, do a bit of damage to the tower, back away, heal up, rinse and repeat, slowly end the game. This mischance from Sylar is gonna help them defend a little bit. Be helpful if he had a Lincoln Sphere, but probably gonna go Lincoln's still after his Radiance. Definitely something that you need against an Omni Knight. This Sven is pretty unkillable right now with this double Lincoln Sphere, Repel, freaking Shadow Word on him. This is some NP strategy right now. We see them do these type of sieges where they don't necessarily go for killing your heroes. They're like, nah, we're gonna slowly end the game. And if you don't have an answer to this, and this Sven is gonna slowly end the game. 2 Lincoln Sphere, Repel, Shadow Word, Purification. He's Gucci. Aegis as well. How do you kill Sven? Have fun. It's gonna clear the creep wave now, and this is some shit. Oh, now he's gonna go aggressive as he found the Chen. Ooh, Warlock Golem coming down onto 2. They're gonna find a kill onto Old Chicken as well as Old 11. And this might just be game. Sven coming back in once again for the Witch Doctor. And charge came onto Sylar, but it's a bit too deep. Aegis does expire now. The Golem did get taken out pretty quickly by Sylar, but that will be a Rax for NP. And they can just go for another one. The Juggernaut, it's not a buyback, or the Sand King. It's another kill onto Sven, or Aoi, to Chen, who did buy back, and now he will not have one. It's up to Sylar to defend alone, and it looks like Ehome just lost game 2 here. Well played by NP. This Omni Knight's really paid off. Called it would be a problem. They're able to deal with him decently well in the laning stage, but he got a lot out of the lane. That's what matters. You can't just let Omni do that. Especially with your draft that does not do well against Omni at all. You saw he was like against like 3 heroes or something, and he just popped ult, popped repel, and just TP'd back to base. And Ehome's gonna call a good game, and NP's gonna take game 2. I'm not sure how what this actually means for them in terms of the tournament. I think Ehome is out. So they did lose already to VP, but I'm not exactly sure. Also gonna end the stream here. I'm gonna get some food. Hope you enjoyed watching this. Excuse me. So some interesting games. If you just compare VP right now with NP, you definitely see a big difference between the two teams. As NP was pretty calm there for a long time, just waiting for that Sven to take down the towers. But look at VP, they jumped right away onto wings once they found any type of opening. They really want to go for those kills. Let me see Faith begin playing some pubs. He's gonna be playing Invoker, 6k average. Oh, I might want a Q right now. Oh, it's against Timado. Alright. I said I was gonna end this stream, but I actually want to watch this for a little bit. I'm gonna watch Faith BN lane against Timado. Up and coming NA prodigy. Or not NA, Peruvian prodigy. Yeah, I guess he's NA, right?
Oh, own it.
It's actually not NA at all, it's South. It's. Alright, I'm just freaking dumb. Player perspective from our Faith Bien. He does play the Quazuex Invoker. Last hits. Alright, he got. Alright, was he even mid? Alright, if he was mid, he's got destroyed. What the fuck? Now he's just ganking. Faith Bien.
Oh, jeez, it's a kill.
Alright. It's a kill for him. It's classic NA. I want to be in this game. Why was I casting this stupid shit? I could have been in this game. Fuck, man. I would have picked Omni Knight. Cancers. That was Omni Knight. Tomato would be alive there.
Four in a row. He's now dominating.
Gets
He's
ganked by
dominating.
Skyrath. Who is this player? Alright, some unknown. I have him muted. What the fuck he is? Some other, I don't know, fucking unknown player. Sovereign. It's not real Sovereign, right? Hasted. Party.
The Dire best
I don't know
do
what these
something
people
about
are.
that bottom tower.
Lion is farming. Kill me. Classic US
What's happening
East
at the
pub.
bottom tower.
I believe this is US East. So Faith Pian just gave up on the lane and started killing people.
Radiant's top
It's
tower.
4 kills, 8 minutes. OD has died twice. He just waited as long as he could to go on that Ricky, but still got himself out there with a blink strike.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
His Luna is tilted. Some fucking game-losing shit happening right here.
Own it.
Yeah. This is what happens when you have DGN support. I dodged this guy recently. Had a 5-minute timer. It's completely worth it.
He just mega killed.
Faith BN gets another freaking kill. It's totally worth dodging this guy. This guy's fucking useless. Like, what the fuck? Dude, he won a South American Battle Cup. But look at. It's not the most useful support player you can run into pubs. I'll tell you that. It's sure tilted is Lion player. Sure Tomato is tilted as well. Now this is bot lane. There's some cancer shit going on right now. Juggernauts is really farm top.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Oh, this is actually the net worth. I was about to change it from like the teams, but no. It's actually just all red on the top.
Oh boy, killing spree. Oh, own it.
Alright, Luna will die once
Wait, no,
more.
hold on. Own
He's
it.
unstoppable.
就像活着的时候那样，你死
Alright. Alright, so that's like enough of this cast. This game is freaking over. I'm gonna go eat some shit. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this shit. See you guys later.